This is Radio Free Cybertron, episode 810. I am Brian Kilby. It's almost Christmas. Today is the shortest day of the year. If you're in the northern hemisphere, I guess it's the longest if you're in the southern hemisphere, you lucky people, you. Yeah.
Yeah, the sun went down at like 4 o'clock here.
Yeah, it was not much later than that here. Pretty miserable. Pretty miserable. And it's going to be cold. That doesn't bother me so much, but the darkness does. Unless it was like dark all the time. What?
Does the darkness bother you as much as Star Trek in the darkness?
No, Star Trek in the darkness.
RFC into darkness.
Yeah, RFC in the darkness. But I was going to say, but like darkness, like for like weeks or months, that would be pretty sweet. I have to say, I think I could live with that. Because I could live with that.
Go,
Alaska.
Move to the Arctic Circle then.
Yeah. A friend of mine and I talked about moving to Alaska years ago when we were still, like young and single. It just seemed like a great idea, like an adventure. Didn't happen. Friend of ours actually lived in Alaska, and he talked about the joys of mowing his lawn at like 3 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, that sounds great.
It's just as a side note to that, my friend Fred was at the Arctic Circle for a weather expedition, and he was up there about 9 months. And he said it was the weirdest thing to be daylight at like 3 a.m. And it's just, you had to learn to sleep in basically perpetual daylight. And
yeah, that's why they're, curtains and stuff.
Yeah. But I mean, he just said it was a great experience until another company bought out their contract and then fired everybody and brought in their own team. So it's like, he waits a year, gets to do this great weather job in the Arctic, and then boom. But he said that was very strange to get used to.
Cool. Let's see here. It's almost Christmas. Last Christmas. I'm not gonna make the. What? I first heard that song like last year. No joke. Maybe the year before, but it was like the last 2 or 3 years thing, and it's like become my favorite Christmas song. I don't like hear new songs very often unless they're like forced upon me. Let's see here. What else is going on? No, all this Elf on the Shelf warmer stuff. Again, thank you to everybody, but it's past time for that. That's over. I do want to encourage everybody though. If you participated and your heart grew 3 sizes, you can give all year or you can collect all year. I try to buy things and put them away, throw them in a closet or whatever and donate, so sometimes I'll have a pretty decent pile. It's not because I just bought everything up, at one go. It's just something that you can do. But also look for charities or nonprofits or, places that you can give, year round. Again, there are children's homes, orphanages, domestic abuse shelters. These are great places to donate to. You don't have to wait till Christmas or Christmas time. It's always a good time to do it, but don't forget. I worked at a children's home. I've talked about this a lot. And at Christmas we would be overrun oftentimes with stuff people are trying to donate. And like in August we were running out of toilet paper. So, donate, give. It's important. But yeah, thank you to everybody who participated in Elf on a Shelf warmer. It was one of our best years, and we really appreciate that. Coming up here in a couple weeks will be our RSC 2022 year in review episode. It's one of our biggest shows of the year. We'll be recapping the biggest news of the year, the funniest news of the year, the worst, zaniest, wackiest, like a morning show. Woo, 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 woo. I don't know if I had actually. Hold up. Not my soundboard. Sorry. My morning show sound effects. The zaniest news of the year. But we'll be recapping all the news of the year and talking about our predictions for 2022. Who wins? Probably Don. I think Don will win this year. But we will be talking about that, and as well as the RSC Awards, where we will talk about our favorite toys of the year and news items. So it's a lot of fun for you. It's a lot of work for us, but it's worth it. So, I think that's it. This is leading up to Toy Fair, which is in February. There's not a lot of like new events to.
Actually, I think Toy Fair has been moved to fall.
Yeah, like September, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
We're going to
just-
figure out something else to do in February.
let's just stop. We're done. I'm done. I'll see you guys. Have a good week. Okay.
They seriously postponed our special day.
Not postponed. They just changed what time of year Toy Fair is
Yeah,
going to be going
rescheduled.
forward.
Well, there you
It
go.
made more sense to them to do it at that time of year because that's the lead into the Christmas season, and that's when they want to get toy buyers more motivated toward picking up new stuff.
Makes
Man,
sense.
I don't know. I guess they understand it better than I do, but the stuff that you're going to sell at Christmas, it's got to be in your supply chain. It's got to be in your network at Christmas. And if you're buying your stuff at fall, you're buying for Christmas next year, not Christmas this year.
Well, you don't have to get them excited for the exact toys they're showing off, just the overall line that they're going to be a part of.
Yeah, but I mean, you're getting them excited for Christmas next. I guess, the company that I work for, when we are buying from vendors, we have a similar deal that we do. And we're typically looking at product for next year. So I guess it's not that crazy.
Yeah, it amounts to what? An extra 2 or 3 months of lead time?
4 or 5.
If you look at it that way, and that this is also partly to get ahead of the start of the product year, then putting it in the fall also makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah. Because
that's true.
typically all the product for the whole year is already announced by fall.
For Hasbro's part, they may well still have some kind of something in February or March to take the place of the product reveals that would be coincide with Toy Fair.
A pulse
They've
con,
been basically doing that since 2020.
a pulse con or a has con or whatever.
Yeah, what they should do, what Matt's saying is 100%. They should move PulseCon to February. That way it's not overlapping with Toy Fair and
They
all
have
that
Fan
other
Fest,
stuff.
don't they? Like
Yeah,
you
I
got
mean,
time-
yeah. Pulse
we
does
do-
like two big things a year anyway. So
Yeah, like April and late September or October.
yeah. They can just, yeah.
every 6 months or so. Yeah.
Mhm.
They
Uh-huh.
need to move it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But a PulseCon right next to a Toy Fair makes no sense.
Well, no.
It's not the same thing. It's sort of, it's having gone through the last
I mean, Toy Fair's
PulseCon,
more for retailers anyway.
Yeah.
PulseCon is for direct to consumer.
mhm,
Although Hasbro's presentations have basically been for us
mhm.
at Toy Fair for the last several years. Once upon a time, you actually had to have like
Credentials.
legit credentials to get in and look, or you had to be Deathy.
Yeah,
and
now they'll let diecast
fast
in.
talk your way.
Yeah. What did Deathy? Was it Deathy that broke something with somebody else?
Deathy broke Mutant Soundwave and
Oh.
also destroyed the display box for Transmetal 2 Megatron, trying to take it off of the wall to look at the tech specs. Now, thinking about Mutant Soundwave being composed literally 100% of gold plastic, I'm not surprised he broke it. He could have broke it just by being in the vicinity of it, but yeah.
Nice.
Someone put a good prediction in the chat for next year. Rusted Cross said, my prediction for next year, every toy I bought this year will be yellowed by the end of the next year.
I'm stealing it. I'm stealing it.
Oh, I can see that happening. That makes me sad.
That's a pretty safe
Okay,
prediction.
Matt sees that. I'm thinking, I can see what's happening, and they don't have a clue. I'm sorry. It's just a line from Lion King, but it makes sense for the yellowing.
Yeah, no, I get it, Don. Ah, man, okay. But, we'll see what the year holds. And then we'll be reviewing it in January of 2024.
Ness said, "What's your superpower? I break gold plastic with my mind."
Okay, let's jump to the news. Let me go to the show notes, and I am literally just looking at them right now.
You put some of them in there.
Yeah, Legacy Evolution Deluxe Animated Prowl and Motorcycle Junkion leaked. I was going to say revealed, but
Yeah.
leaked. Let me show this off.
They both look really good.
I am happier with Prowl than the Junkion.
Really?
The Junkion looks, I guess, in robot mode more like what Demolisher or something to me. I don't know why.
Like color wise, or
I guess I don't know, but not
And the
vehicle mode. It's
square chest,
wrong
I guess?
vehicle mode. But I really like Prowl, and I like
See,
that.
I was worried when they said they were going to do some updates of animated stuff because that is so specific to a certain art style. But this, I surprisingly really like this.
It's
I think
respectful.
The update works. Yes, the update
Yeah.
works really well.
It's respectful while still fitting in with like the general aesthetic of Legacy.
They
Yeah,
did
if-
put their G1 spin on it though.
Yeah.
That's
Yes, but it didn't turn out nearly as badly as I expected it to.
right?
Yeah, they've really
It's-
dialed in this aesthetic a lot more. I think it's a lot
It's better than
the
their
earlier
attempt at
figures.
primes. Yeah.
Mhm.
I just think it's funny that this wave's going to have 2 motorcycles in it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Also,
Um,
while Prowl's robot mode looks really nice, that motorcycle's kind of a mess.
I mean, it's a motorcycle.
Okay, the original animated Prowl had a very nice motorcycle mode. Like, you can't just dismissively say it's a motorcycle and it shouldn't look good, because they absolutely can.
So I don't.
Look good.
I'm not trying to dismiss it exactly. It's one of those things where I think the people's experience with a motorcycle, I don't think that they're as common a vehicle as they used to be. Like a car is a car. People have lots of cars. You see a car, you can say that's a car. But like a motorcycle, like what a motorcycle is, or it's a little more nebulous than what it used to be. A motorcycle used to be either like a dirt bike, a Harley, or like a Ninja or something. And now I think that there's more give, because I don't know, it just feels like there are fewer motorcycles on the road. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there are more motorcycles, but like my life experience seeing motorcycles, I see fewer of them than I've ever seen before.
I mean, and also, Brian, I'm just going to say, not exactly in your defense, but just to say, it doesn't look that good, but that doesn't bother me is a valid answer.
Yeah, that's true. Like at the
We don't have to come up with reasons for how we feel about these things. We just do.
Yeah, no, you're right. That's fair. I guess I just don't see what's so wrong with it, other than the tail end of it. And from the photos that we have, it's not a great angle. Like I think the front of it looks fine.
I look at it and I just see folded up robot with wheels at either end, basically. You know, it's the comparison to the original animated Prowl toy that's the problem, because that actually, the aesthetic of that lent itself well to disguising the robot parts, because the surfaces looked like the cowlings of a motorcycle. This is not making any effort to do anything similar, really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I hate to go back here, but like rarely do new versions of toys released in the last 15 years compare favorably to the original toy.
Yeah, and like I've thought of that too, but like for me, a lot of that is like, you know, Armada toys or something where there is like a play pattern to the line that something has to live up to, where it might not. But this is more just like, this is down to pure aesthetics. It's not like there's a, you know, functional fall off here because it's a modern toy versus the old one. The old one was just a static toy, basically. It didn't have
Yeah,
an
I
extra
mean,
feature.
I don't have its engineering scheme in my head readily available, but I remember it seems like it was more complicated than this, and that seems
Well,
like
I think Animated Prowl was actually one of the simpler deluxes. But to move off of this subject, I will also note my absolute irritation that this does not appear to come with a traffic light flail.
Yes.
Ruined forever, honestly, just on that basis.
What about the Junkion?
The Junkion is amazing, and I will hear no bad words spoken about it.
Oh, that's fine. I have no bad words to speak of, and I want one.
I like the bike mode.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it's borrowing some tricks from Reveal the Shield Retgar in terms of
The legs,
yeah. So I mean, it's using a decent model to loosely interpret off of, and it looks fine in both modes for what it is. What I'm really looking forward to with this is, having all three of these deluxe Junkions, because the poster for Legacy Evolution showed one of the motorcycle Junkions with chunks from another Junkion figure as a makeshift sidecar, and I kind of want to do that.
And the two front halves of motorcycles stuck on the back half of a scrapbook.
Something like that, yeah.
I just want to double back to Prowl for 1 second and say I'm sad we don't have Battle Masters anymore, because we could solve the flail problem and the 20-year problem of not having a
problem. Yeah,
exactly. Yes, in one go.
Was there ever a BotBots traffic light?
I don't think so.
No, and no basketball either.
We could have had BotBot Signal Lancer. I didn't think of that.
The only thing you could really do would be to get a Smashdown and extensively customize it, because
Blade Raider did that. It looked good.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
And Blade Raider just put that in our Discord, tfradio.net/Discord. So, it's not like it would even require a whole new mold. It would just require a little work on one that they already have.
I'm kind of disappointed that Prowl is not Samurai Prowl, because I would have loved
that'll be the later release as like a Voyager.
I would love that.
I mean, or
a leader.
I feel like probably they looked at the possibility of including the sidecar and samurai armor, and the main figure would have just had to be too compromised to make that fit into the deluxe budget. And if they're going to do this, I'd rather they just do the core figure and get that as right as possible. Now, as much as I'm complaining about the way the motorcycle looks, I'm very happy with how this has turned out. And for my own weird reasons, I have wanted G1 or classic styled animated Prowl for several years now. So this is checking off a box that should never have actually legitimately been checked off. So I'm actually pretty thrilled that this is a thing that's going to exist.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'll get it.
I probably will too.
So this was one I just saw today. I had no idea this was a thing. This was reported by somebody on TFW Laserwave. This was reportedly bought from an Asian seller, believing it to be their previously announced buzzworthy B.O.B or Hound Earth mode.
Yeah.
It is G1 Hound in animation colors. So
actually, a few days before these pictures surfaced, I think it was JT Prime was telling us that this was a thing that was going to exist. It's part of the Walmart Retro G1 line with Hot Rod and Starscream.
It looks really nice, all things considered. I've never really liked G1 Hound so much, but
the animation colors helps the toy.
It helps the toy. You're exactly right.
Yeah, I really like the idea of doing new variations on G1 figures like you're doing. That is just, a lot of these, especially, I need to get that Hot Rod. I have not. Yeah. I have not been near enough to a store to check for it, but
they're not out in the U.S.
They're not
out in Canada.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, I haven't missed anything then. But...
That's news item. I'll just skip it later.
This Hound surprised me.
Yeah, he looks great.
I think this surprised everyone because Hound was in 2 frames of the movie.
Mm-hmm. And
basically,
plus, I don't know. It's not like they've ever. Did they ever reissue?
No, they didn't. No. So we're speculating that this is a reconstructed mold. Basically, they remade Hound to do this.
Interesting.
Yeah, because I didn't. I have all the G1 reissues, and I don't think I have a Hound.
Oh no, they did. They did because there was Detritus.
Yeah.
But they haven't. They haven't. Right. But I don't think they've done that since 2003.
It was
so
Yeah, I mean, thinking, what was I missing? He was one of the book releases, wasn't he?
Which was around 2003.
Yeah.
Oh, he wasn't one of the Toys R Us
That's
releases.
No. He's not
Hasbro
Toys R Us.
never did it, but Takara did.
Yeah,
one.
they're
Okay,
They're only a
that's why.
handful, like relatively speaking, only a handful of the Toys R Us releases. Like, but Takara released several more.
Yeah. I only got the Toys R Us
several more.
at that time.
Yeah.
I didn't even know there was a Takara at that time.
I got some of the ones that went on clearance, and I deeply regret not getting the Power Master Optimus Prime with Apex armor.
Apex
Yeah,
armor, Optimus
yeah,
Prime.
Yeah, I remember seeing that for like $39 once, and I really should have grabbed that.
Oh
yeah.
Of course, I also saw that Energon 2-pack of the ultra-sized Megatron and the Deluxe Prime for about the same, and I also regret that I didn't pick that up. I have the Deluxe Prime, which I got at a later point. I still have never gotten that smaller Megatron.
It is nice. That's the Megatron I decided to get out of Energon, so I'm pretty happy I managed to snag that, but I did pay full price. So,
but yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what else might come out of this retro G1 reissue, the cartoon G1 reissue line. Hopefully, we'll get more stuff like Hound that has not seen reissue in the US before and not seen reissue in a long time in general. Rather than just like re-upping Starscream and Hot Rod and like Devastator or something because the mold's fresh.
Mm-hmm.
I see Chris put this in the notes. I intentionally left it out, but I'll mention it. So there are licensed Transformers keycaps for MX style key switches. So if you have a mechanical keyboard that has MX or MX style keys, there's an Autobot and Decepticon version. I don't have a price on them. This is not something at all that interests me, but typically oftentimes those are as much as the keyboard.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see the price point on these either, but I have. Yeah, like
I mean,
you are not wrong.
Yeah,
custom keycaps can get pretty expensive.
I mean, I have a generic mechanical keyboard in front of me. And to my right, I have a brand new made in 2022 Model M keyboard. So I love, which is not a MX switch, it's a buckling spring keyboard. I love mechanical keyboards, but like I just don't do the switches. So, but yeah, that's cool. If that's your thing, those are coming soon. They'll probably cost you an arm and a leg.
I remember buckling spring keyboards being really obnoxious to get the keys on and off of. If I'm
They suck.
right.
Yeah. So okay. I am doing my best to get rid of things and unstuffing my life.
Mm.
I'm going to say something that's going to hurt some feelings. I threw away a Model M keyboard this week.
Oh,
how
dang.
dare!
Had half the keys taken off of it. I planned on putting the keys back on 10 years ago. All the keys are sitting in a cup. I threw away the cup too. Yeah, I realized
my feelings.
I probably could have fixed it and sold it for $200.
But that's a lot of time.
That's a lot of time.
You probably make more an hour at your actual job.
I
Frankly,
threw it away, and it went in the trash. I'm sorry.
I can't blame you.
Yeah, but I
Like
have
said,
another.
I've tried to get keys back on that type of keyboard. It's horrible.
Yeah, I have another Model M back in the closet, in my little closet workspace. I love mechanical keyboards, but no. Yeah, that's a 1993 Lexmark one, I think. Let's see here. Transformers Retro. Oh yeah, I mentioned that. Hot Rod's out in Canada. Oh, God bless.
You got to be kidding me.
Okay. Going to look
I love that I know just from the reactions which line they've gotten to in the show notes. So do you remember last year, I think it was last year, Funko decided to offer some basically NFT analogs, digital only collectible trading cards, which if you got, if you're lucky enough to get the rare ones out of the packs, quote unquote, you could redeem them for actual physical Funko Pops. But the rare ones were certainly rare. You would have to buy a lot of those packs for, I think, $20 each. in order to possibly get what you need to redeem for a physical thing. And then, of course, when you do redeem them, they're just, a Funko Pop. So they're doing that again with a whole new slew of them. And there's 2 Transformers-related ones. They're Transformer Mr. Potato Head Funko Pops in Optimus and Bumblebee flavors.
It's ridiculous. On the site, it's a 999 available. So your chance is 0.28%.
Yes, it's
not
literally
28%,
gambling.
0.28%.
Yeah, it's literally gambling.
It is worse. I think you have better odds at blackjack.
Yeah,
than
you do. Yeah, because if you're observant in blackjack and the casino is, not too fastidious about recycling their decks, with a little skill, you can actually control your odds in blackjack.
Yeah, I mean,
just don't be too obvious about it, or they will throw you out or possibly break your fingers.
Yeah. Like even roulette, you can just bet on black and, have a 50-50 shot or close to 50-50. This is insane. I will not support. If you want to sell me an NFT, that's fine.
Yeah.
If I know I'm getting
though?
an NFT,
What are
I
the odds in
mean-
Dabo?
What? Oh, the odds on Dabo. I don't know if we know enough about the mechanics of Dabo to actually know
What about
what the
Domjot?
odds.
What about Domjot?
Yeah.
I just have to ask a Nautican about that.
Yeah.
They're the experts.
I would say 99% of the people that are buying these are only buying these for the chance to get the physical
Yes,
product.
of course.
Absolutely.
Funko knows its audience, and I want to make clear the only reason I include this in the show notes was for this outrage for the podcast.
There you go.
I do not support or condone in any way, and I do not, I want no one to participate in this. I just wanted this outrage discussion, and I am perfectly content with what I received. Thank you.
Cool.
Yeah, I will not.
Merry Christmas to me.
support. I will not support.
Merry Christmas to me. Episode. Okay.
And you know what? If this was in the store for $10, I might pick it up.
Well, yeah, and
So it's a
that's a
Funko Pop.
completely different thing. Like, it's a Funko Pop, and I don't think anybody should buy those either. But I'm not going to tell people not to, get something cute for their desk if it's what grabs their interest. But like this, no.
Yeah.
Kingdom Red Alert is out at US retail finally.
So it's not actually the first time that's been found in Walgreens physically.
Oh, it's not?
No, it has been as far back as like July of this year.
Okay.
It's just exceedingly rare that it shows up in the stores because most Walgreens have stopped carrying actual Generations figures. They still have the
Authentics.
not the Authentics, the ones that preceded that, the
$20 thing.
Cyber Battalion.
Cyber, yeah.
Yeah.
They still have those generally, but the Generation stuff they don't really carry in the stores anymore because, as all of us have probably observed over the last few years, they don't really sell at Walgreens
No, they
prices.
don't.
Isn't it time for them to get
sell at Walmart
Minerva?
prices either. Yeah, Minerva should be showing up, but it's probably going to be like Red Alert again, where some stores might eventually get them on shelves, but probably if you're going to get a Minerva, you're going to get it off Walgreens' website if and when it becomes and stays available there.
I mean,
Yeah.
they're really late to the game. It's normally like November that we get to order the Walgreens exclusive for the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel bad for anyone waiting for Minerva.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think their Marvel Legends do real well either because they just had like an entire year's worth of exclusives on sale for like less than $10 each.
Oh, wow.
Also, thank you again, Matt.
You're welcome.
But yeah, okay. That's cool. So maybe your Walgreens has it if you don't already have the figure. I forgot where I got mine. I guess Pulse.
I forgot it existed.
Pulse, yeah.
Also another coin that I'm not going to get from the New Zealand Mint, which is Grimlock.
It's pretty expensive.
Yeah.
What is that art?
I don't know. I'm not actually looking at it because the internet connection.
It's not. I don't think it's Pat Lee or that style, but it's
It's G1-esque, but it's not G1 art.
yeah, like the cover is like the box is like the toy art.
Yeah.
but I don't recognize. I'm not great at identifying the artist that's not Jeff Senior or Andrew Wildman or Jose Delbo, or Manny Galen, or one of those guys. If it's not like a G1 comic artist or G2 comic art, like Derek Aniger and Matt, those guys, I can't tell you. So I don't know who it is, but it's nice looking. I'm just not getting it.
Ain't gonna get it.
Not getting it. Not gonna do it.
Might be Guido, but can't say for sure.
I can see that being Guido. I could see that.
I opened it up and looked at it to try to make a determination.
And I could tell.
The first thing I thought was, oh, that's Guido trying to do Pat Lee style.
Mm-hmm.
I can totally see that. Yes, I buy that. Guido's art is Guido's obviously been around for years. Yeah. So his art is very
Guido's style is very recognizable, even when he is doing a very good job at replicating someone else's
He's
style.
aping somebody else's style, though. That
you
totally
can still
makes sense.
see the Guido in it.
Yeah.
And I would bet that is Guido's art.
I totally see what you mean by that. I buy that, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, cool.
Well, yeah, you buy that, but you're not going to buy the coin.
I'm not buying the coin. If it was actual currency, I would consider it, but it's not.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Let's jump to what we got this week. Don, what'd you get?
You got a cup.
And I'm just going to start telling people to go instead of like us doing the whole nice thing. Oh, you go, you go, you go. Oh, you go. I'm just going to say like Don, go.
Okay. Well, Christy and I last night we
don't tell us that, Don. Just tell us what toys.
Not those kind of toys either, Don.
We exchanged our gifts last night because we have a couple of busy days ahead of us. And she got me something off of, I'm kind of a hard person to buy for, but she went back to our wedding registry, and she got me the Diamond Select, the Vincent and Old Bob 2-pack.
That was on your wedding registry?
Well, it was 95% stuff.
I love Don so much.
I mean, it was 95% of stuff for the house. She said, you need to put a few things on the list for you. I said, okay. So
that is fantastic.
Yeah. So, I mean, like I said, it was 95% of it was stuff for the house, for the wedding, for the house and all that.
Yeah.
She wanted me to put a couple of things on there for me that I wanted, and that was it. And
I don't even know what that is. Don.
It's the black hole, Disney's black hole.
Oh, okay.
It's Vincent and Old Bob, who was voiced by
That was
Slim
their
Pickens.
Star Wars knockoff, right? Before they actually owned Star Wars.
Yeah, but I mean, Old Bob never got a figure outside this.
That's
two-pack.
wonderful, Don.
So so I got that. Thanks to
Don really has found the perfect wife. I mean, we can't deny that at all.
Yeah. The last 2 weeks, I would have had a reissue Warpath to show. I ordered it off Amazon, but in both cases, it came separated from the card, floating around in the packaging. So I sent it back. For some reason, though, I could only get a credit. Maybe it's because of the seller. So I had like $10 in credit. So I picked up the Prince Adam from the younger skewing version, but I got the Prince Adam figure because I haven't seen that in stores, and it's all over. The shelves are full of wave 1. This is wave 3.
Did you say you're cutting back on things, Don?
I am, but it was like $1 after.
He's cutting back. Now that was before he started cutting back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's just the fact that I had that credit, and I just haven't seen that wave of figures at all in the store.
I will say, I'm taking and I'm not judging. Believe me, I'm not judging. I'm taking this whole thing, cutting back to heart. So, like, I was in Target like 2 nights ago, and I saw the Hordak Masterverse and the She-Ra Masterverse thing on clearance
for $16.
$16, like, yes. And I'm like, yes. And I put them in my cart. I'm like, I said I wanted these, and I would get them on clearance. And I got them almost to the register, and I'm like, I don't need these. And I walked all the way back and put them back on the shelf and didn't.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I mean, I got the She-Ra to go with the 40th anniversary He-Man because when I get everything moved downstairs, I want to have a shelf of the theme of the shelf is there is no theme, so they're going to go on that.
I love that.
So,
I
Don,
love that, by the way.
Don, the Warpath you were trying to get, is that the ones that Walmart was selling a year or two ago?
Yeah, I've got one.
I feel like I remember that the glue for those bubbles had problems that whole run.
Yeah, well, I've
right.
got one, but the card got damaged severely in the move, and I love Warpath, and I wanted one to go on the wall once I got everything moved.
Yeah,
but after ordering 2 and they arrived floating around, I just the hell with it. I don't know who. There was no name in the Amazon envelope, but someone got me the Transformers the movie, the 4K.
Oh, nice. There was a note that was supposed to be in there, and it was from me.
Oh, thank you, Brian. Yeah, there was no note in there. So I'm looking forward to looking at that. Christy still has not seen it, and I'm not sure I trust.
Did I tell you that Kim watched G.I. Joe the movie and actually really liked it? And then I showed her Transformers movie, and she thought it was stupid.
Yeah. So
she's not wrong.
I still have my original VHS copy that I got when Tons of Toys was still in business, and you bought like $10 worth of Transformers, sent in the certificate and $1.95 for shipping, and they sent you the cassette.
Is that an FHE cassette?
Yes.
Was it the clamshell or was it the sleeve?
No, it was sleeve.
Okay.
It was sleeve.
Okay, so if you are going to show her Transformers, you have to show her the FHE version because she has to experience. Yeah.
And the appropriate way to watch it is 4:3.
Yeah. So thank you, Brian. I appreciate that. Thanks to last Thursday we went to a dinner function for her work, and someone there's son liked Transformers, and they had Authentics Wheeljack there.
And you took it from them.
No,
here it is.
No, you took it from the kid. That's terrible.
No, he didn't. I'm kidding.
No, I asked him where he found it because I've checked the local Dollar Generals, I've checked the Family Dollar. I could not find one.
Why is this man asking me where I got my Transformer at?
I don't know where I got it from. We were in some store.
Anyway, I asked my father, I said, do you know where you found that? Because I've been needing one for my collection. He says, yeah, we got it at the Big Lots. And there's a shipper, there's a shipper in Big Lots, one of those little PDQ shippers that you just take off the cardboard overlap and it's set. So I got Authentics Wheeljack.
Do you like it?
Now, when people complain about the main line having shampoo bottle plastic, no, this is shampoo bottle plastic. But however, there's a little bit of a charm to this thing. He doesn't peg together well in card mode without getting all the little tabs lined up. But there's something about having a chunky Wheeljack that's just kind of nice. He's a great fiddle desk toy. I don't really know if he's a variation of the Earthrise mold, if he's something new. I'm not sure how much is shared, but he's kind of a chunky jack. So
does he have big glasses on?
That was out of frame, Don, but we get the idea.
Yeah, so I got him. Thanks to Matt, who I was not expecting this as a Christmas gift. Thank you, Matt. I appreciate that more than you can know. Galaxy Shuttle.
Ooh.
So
nice.
Thank you, Matt. I appreciate that. I was afraid I would miss him because I was working that time. I doubt he'll ever go in train mode, but whenever I have time, I look forward to opening him up. And the last thing I got, piece of Maverick from Walmart, because
the second run of Maverick.
Yeah, because I have the first one, and I just never got around to opening it before we moved.
Oh, that explains why you bought the second one.
Yeah, well, it's not. Well, no, it's not that. It's just when I saw, because I was always going to go back and get a second one to open because it looks really great in the packaging. I love this packaging, but then they dried up and then they became super expensive. So I figured this one will be
super expensive.
Well, in the aftermarket,
really,
75 to 90 is what I was seeing at the time I was looking. So I figured if I get the reissue, I'll have one to open, and then I'll keep the first one that has the basketball and stuff in the box for display.
Isn't it a volleyball?
Or volleyball, basketball.
It's important because like we have to keep We have to keep close track of official Transformers basketball accessories.
Oh.
Yeah, and of course
Well,
it's. Have you ever watched? Never watched Top Gun, Don?
Yeah, I've watched it. Yeah, it's a volleyball because
yeah.
of the beach scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's all I got this week.
Matt.
Okay. So start off with some Marvel Legends. I got Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. The Firestar is on the new body, so she's all pinless and everything like that. I'm still not crazy about the proportions, but
So is it different than the retail, the single pack version that came?
Yes, that one's pinned with single jointed elbows. This one's got the double bend.
Oh, I didn't get that set. Well, one, because I'm not buying Marvel Legends anymore, but two, because I already had it boxed. The retail, the other version that came out. So
Spider-Man's on a new body.
Another new body?
Yeah, I was hoping it was the Renew Your Vows body, but it's not. I think it's the Amazing Fantasy body. But so below the pelvis part is like all painted with the spider webs, and it kind of makes him look like his pants are pulled up too high. It bothers me a little bit. But other than that, it's a good figure, and the Iceman is absolute garbage because it's the Pizza Spider-Man body, and that mold needs to be destroyed.
Is the classic classics version, the X-Men classics version, is that just Spider-Man as well?
No.
Is that so the Iceman from the retro X-Men, is that a separate figure, different figure?
Yeah.
So that's what I have. So those are the three figures that I have like 50 different versions of Spider-Man that I could use as my amazing friends. So that's the reason I didn't get that set.
I also got the.
Is there a Miss Lion in the box?
Yes. Oh, and Firestar comes with her other head, and mine. When I went to pull the head off, I pulled her wig off.
Oops.
Whoops.
Oops.
So might need a little bit of glue for that, but I laughed.
So the real amazing friends though are Spider-Man, Ghost Spider, and Spin. That's what I learned this week.
And the cool thing is you now have about 1/6, Matt, of the Pet Avengers.
I also got the 2-pack of Galactus's Heralds. I got Terex and the Fallen one. The Fallen one's already over there next to Galactus, so I don't have him to show off. But pretty nice. Terex is just the Build-A-Figure again from like years and years and years ago, but he's got a little bit of metallic sheen on here now that the original didn't. But this one also has a paint flaw, so I'm just going to stick with my Build-A-Figure.
That's like one of the first couple of Hasbro Marvel Legends waves, wasn't it?
Yeah. But it is a good figure. It holds up. The articulation, the mold, everything is still really good.
Well, it's like I said on Twitter, Matt. Golden Granny win. When Aunt May became
I'd buy it. She technically counts as a herald of Galactus.
Yeah, that's the Hostess fruit pie. Is that a mailway premium or how?
I don't know.
I think it was an assistant editor's month title.
Okay, I've got the issue. I just don't remember how it came to be.
So Brian got me for Christmas. Thank you, Brian. A coffee mug from Star Trek: The Original Series. It's heat sensitive, so whenever you pour hot beverage in there, they beam away off the teleporter pad.
Yeah, Rob Springer got a Jason Voorhees one, I think, that does something like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
I remember seeing mugs like that in the Star Trek fan club catalogs in like the early 90s. Just that's like a perennial hit, honestly.
I think
there needs to be one that has like Neelix and Tuvok. You pour it and then you get two.
They merge into two.
Oh, that would be wonderful. Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah, so Matt,
and then when it cools off, Janeway kills them.
When I finally got around to checking your wish list, Matt, there's nothing on it. So I'm like, I need to find something.
Oh, okay. I'm always good with figure stands and acrylic risers too, just so you know.
Okay.
But I also got the Shokugan modeling project Daidenjin. So
nice.
I'm looking forward to putting that together sometime this weekend since I don't have to be back to work till Tuesday.
Nice.
So I had a Walmart gift card for $25 and I found RED
The
Galvatron.
one to get.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, a little bit of, didn't really cost me anything. Just traded in the gift card.
Nice.
And he looks really nice. I haven't taken him out yet, but like,
It's pretty sweet.
yeah, I saw Shockwave there too, but I don't need it. I love Shockwave. I love purple Decepticons, but I don't love the red line. It's just, I'm good with Galvatron. I think I'm done. So the Pulse sale from like almost a month ago now. I finally got in the last item I ordered off of it. I had it last week, but my internet wouldn't allow me to be on the show last week. So I finally got Coronation Starscream since he was like $15 off.
Mhm.
Because it's still full price on store shelves everywhere, and they are everywhere.
Yeah.
And Target had a sale, so I picked up a Tonkinator to open for a price that he should have cost to begin with.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's back to $105.
I didn't pay nearly that.
Yeah.
Good.
I think it was like $42.50, right?
Yeah.
So
like
there was
$40.
it was on sale. Then there's like a circle discount or something.
But I mean, the circle discounts, not everybody gets the same ones, but yeah, if you were lucky enough to get the good circle discount and have that sale hit at the same time, you could get some pretty good savings.
And I still skipped it because I didn't need a second one because I'm not going to open it.
I might have bought something off the Target sale this week. We'll talk about that next week.
Well, I will open it because I love Tonkinator.
I do too. I love it in the box.
Well, I can love it in the box
and out.
Box.
Yeah.
Another thing I love out of the box is Victory Saber.
That was really nice.
Which I had
you
last
get
week.
a good one?
I got a pretty darn good one. There are a couple QC things like I got a little bit of paint splatter here and there, just really small little flecks I can take off in a couple minutes. It's not a great big deal. The weird thing about mine is he doesn't seem to stand perfectly straight. Like he leans to the right a little bit. And I've looked all over the legs and I cannot figure out why. He does it with or without Victory Leo shoes. So I'm not sure what it's all about. I even like pulled up the hip skirt and completely rotated around the ball socket on the leg. And that seemed to help a little bit, but I don't know. But there is a little bit of chrome rub on Victory Leo on one side of the chest, but it's nothing that bothers me. Like you can only see it when light hits it a certain way, so I'm willing to let that go. The Sabers is perfectly fine. There's no chips or cracks or anything like that. I love this thing so much. And
Isn't it nice?
Yes, it is just a really good toy. What surprised me was how much I like Victory Leo on his own. Because like you look at him and just be like, okay, he's just going to be like a bunch of squares stacked on top of each other. But in hand, he's just really cool. And yes, I am very happy with my purchase. I am super happy that Death Source is coming next year or the year after, depending on whenever, it ships out. But that's everything for me this week.
Diecast.
All right. I got a bunch of stuff. I got
Chris.
The first three Earthspark deluxe figures, Bumblebee, Twitch, and Megatron. I must say they're up in their game. They're using the cardboard
colored
ties.
That looks awesome.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So Bumblebee has yellow, Twitch has red, and Megatron just got black. But he's black and silver. He's mostly silver, but they should have gave him silver. But I'll let it pass. And then the paper inside is actually Autobot paper. That they wrap the accessories
From Cybertron?
in. What's that?
From Cybertron?
Yes, it's from Cybertron. But it has the Autobot insignia all over the paper.
Oh, nice.
So it's not just plain white paper, which is cool because it draws your eyes to it too. It'll be like, hey, don't, just throw me out, which is really nice. So I also got Star Wars A New Hope Ponda Baba.
Ah, yeah.
Thank you, Rob. He is
Does his
awesome.
arm come off?
I don't know.
Probably does.
He actually looks better in person than even like pictures show him. And I don't think I ever saw him in store. So it's really like, it's one of those things when you get it in hand, you're like, why didn't I get this a long time ago? He looks that good. I love the alien type creatures that Star Wars gives you. So it's
Back
nice
when they were practical effects.
Yeah, it's nice when you get like a different
Too many Muppets
style figure like that.
No such thing.
The
I
Muppets were
also
the best
got
part.
two
Yes.
Galaxy shuttles. They're upstairs. I forgot to bring them down. But I also got a very nice looking Jazz, which is the fans' toys.
Jive.
I miss
And
Jive.
He is Jive.
Best thing at Aldi.
He
Same,
does
same.
have some flaws. When you
Can't find it anymore. I go to Aldi and they just never have it.
Yeah.
his
They
ratchets,
started carrying real Twix a few years ago, and I haven't been able to find Jive since.
Yeah.
His ratchets are so tight on the arm. These panels right here that the arm is connected to tends to pop out. Which is kind of it's disappointing. I can say that.
Doc Cass, I saw a video. It was just a recommendation on my YouTube feed about taking the screwdriver and reducing the tension by about a half to a 3/4 turn on those shoulders.
Jazz like, why my shoulders hurt?
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, you can kind of get to them. So yeah, I guess that's possible. Let's see. There were some other things the legs were very hard to, these knees kind of snap into place right there. And they were super hard. Like I thought I was going to break the figure trying to snap them in. So that was kind of scary.
So what's the other best Jazz out there? Downbeat?
Yeah, Downbeat. Yeah. I'm looking forward to
that looks better than
between the
Downbeat.
two.
Yeah, it does. It's a lot more tune, which is what I was looking for. Downbeat is like a good like kind of mix between toy and tune.
That's the one that I have, and I lost a part of it. I've been wanting to get rid of it for years, but I lost a key accessory and I can't find it.
But yeah, I'm very, very, very happy with him. And I was been waiting for Jazz. I've been waiting for an official Jazz for so long, and I don't know if we're ever gonna get an official Jazz. Like it's just been.
Well, and the way the official Masterpiece is going, like when that
You
official
want it
Jazz
downhill?
does come along, are you still gonna want it?
Yeah. So, let's see. I feel like, I got that same Maverick jet that Don got because Hasbro Pulse shipped it to me. And yeah, it's at least it's in a small package, unlike the original, which was in that huge box. So I do like that because I'm probably
large.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
not
probably just gonna
huge.
keep it in the box. So
I've had no desire to open it. I've had zero desire to open that toy.
Yeah. Well, it's a horrible looking, robot mode. So it's better in jet mode in the box. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I got.
Chris?
Okay, so I got my Victory Saber. I picked it up last Friday. Spent a little time with it. First off, like QC pull. Mechanically, the toy seems to be fine. I have not found anything functionally that doesn't work with it. But like Victory Leo has a big blemish on the chrome on one side. Like there's a big blank chunk and a fingerprint pattern around it. So I got one of those special ones. And Star Saber also has like various paint chipped or worn off that only could have happened at the factory, because the way it's packaged, there's no way that could have rubbed in like transit and had that happen. So that's also very special. So I have my ticket in with Hasbro, and we'll see if anything ever comes of that. I'm not nearly as positive on the experience of Victory Saber as Matt is, unfortunately. And a lot of that is coming down to just I'm not finding the process of transforming it enjoyable. Now, to its credit, as a robot, a super robot, or just a Saber robot, like it's big and chunky and pretty solid. Like there's no loose joints anywhere that matter. I do have the thing where one of the antenna are a little bit loose, but it's not the like falling down on its own kind. It will stay there. But like, all the weight bearing joints bear weight really well. They nailed that part of it for the copy I've got, and I'm grateful for that. But like transforming, especially to the V-Star jet mode, like everything just feels positionally a little bit fuzzier than it should, where I would kind of expect it to be like more clicky and stiff and going right into place without having to like figure out, okay, gotta get this just another, little hair this way and a little hair this way to get them to actually lock together. It doesn't feel like it's quite dialed in engineering wise. It's close, but it's just far enough off that it bothers me a lot.
The one problem I did have that I just thought of with the V-Star is it is absolutely littered with screw holes.
Yeah.
And it would be nice for, future projects, if it's going to be like that, to maybe have some screw hole fillers thrown in.
Yeah, I noticed that too, because like the front that is Star Saber and robot mode is not, it's the opposite surfaces to what is the top of.
It's the bottom of the V-Star, yeah.
Yeah. And like it has to be that way basically because of how that is supposed to transform. But yeah, they needed to do some mitigation to keep the look of that better.
Which just add some hole fillers that would solve all the problems right there.
Yeah, and I mean, at the least, little screw hole fillers is probably something that can be cheaply offered by aftermarket options. For people who are really bothered by that. But yeah, I think that is something that should have been addressed in the design phase. Either screw hole fillers or just designing the assembly of the toy so these screws were not facing up in one mode or the other. Had them face like toward the inside or something. Like there's different ways to go about that, but at this point, foregone conclusions. In terms of, besides the chrome, in terms of paint, like Victory Leo actually turned out pretty well. And like Victory Leo is ridiculous in anything but its robot mode, just for how like half attempt its design is, just by virtue of what the original was. But like it actually works pretty well for its simplicity. But yeah, I like, there's qualities about this that is not really working for me, and I hate that about it. And it's not like I feel like they shortchanged it. I think it's just like they built it up to such a degree, and I let myself buy into that a little bit too much. Which the realization of that even before I had this in hand, just from the accounts of people who got before, was a big part of why I decided, yeah, I'm not going in for Deathsaurus, because it's going to be the same thing, if not worse, a year or a year and a half from now when that actually ships. I still haven't decided yet if I'm going to try to sell this if and when Hasbro comes through with something to do about the QC issues, which at this point I am kind of expecting for this level to just be like, yep, here's a sheet of gold stickers to put over the affected chrome pieces. Because otherwise, I don't know what they could possibly do about it.
Yeah.
Because like especially on Victory Leo, it's not like it's separate piece that can just be popped off and replaced with a substitute part. Like that surface is pretty integral to the toy, so I don't really expect to see them offering whole toy replacement for mangled chrome. I mean, even Star Saber got a little bit of chrome imperfection, but like all the surface is covered with chrome. It's more like imagine a water spot on a piece of paper, but it's that kind of thing on the chrome surface. It shows up when the light hits it, and you can kind of see it when the light's not shining directly on it, but like that is something that is much easier to ignore. But like this stuff shouldn't have had chrome on in the first place. Like we're not economically in a place where we can get the quality level for mass production chrome application like this. Vacuum metal is not what it was 20 years ago.
And that could be a very big problem for Deathsaurus, because that chrome is very prominent on that toy.
Okay, so I wanted to lead off with the thing that I'm, most negative on, which unfortunately is Victory Saber, but at least I paid for that, a year plus ago, and it doesn't feel like I've made a huge mistake now. So I got off of my Amazon wish list from Josh Wheeljack64 Phantom Ranger, which big thanks to Josh, because there was delivery issues with that, and he had to jump through some hoops to get this sorted out. So thanks so much for that, Phantom Ranger. And then successfully delivered, fortunately, was a Pirantis head from B.O.B. So thank you for my fish man. And Matt also sent me something which also didn't get delivered. So hopefully that will, he's got it in his possession right now. So that'll make its way to me.
This is another one.
Oh, okay.
We're trying a different method.
Okay. I just assumed that you had it replaced and it came to you instead so that you could take more control over it. But yeah, hopefully, in a week or two, we'll be able to talk about that one. Then I was at Marshall's yesterday, and they had Walmart reissue Tigatron and a wave of Cyberverse Deluxes for about half price. So I picked up a Tigatron and Deluxe Bumblebee, because in all this time I'd never gotten that mold, and for $10 it's like, yeah, that's always looked interesting, and that seems like about the right price. I haven't had a chance to open that yet because again I just picked it up yesterday. But it's one of the things that makes me like actually want to brave going out to unnecessary or non-essential stores leading up to Christmas, because like sometimes there's actually some decent deals on interesting stuff like that, so it's sometimes almost worth it. Of course I did have to stand in line for about 6 to 8 minutes to check out with those, so like the actual worth is a little questionable. What I did finally get in was my Big Bad Toy Store order. So that had Super 7 Ultimate's Bubble Walker Krang in it, which is a lot bigger than I was expecting it to be, which I shouldn't be surprised by that since I do have a few of those Ultimates figures. What did surprise me more, because I hadn't like looked up like major product details, like there's 2 Krangs in it for 2 different facial expressions.
Oh, nice.
I have not opened that yet to see if the Bubble Walker's knees can actually hold the thing up. I've been told to expect that it can't. So,
oh no.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how that goes at some point in the nebulous future. But also in that Big Bad Toy Store box was Dr. Wu Sword Dancer, which is the Generations compatible unofficial Slam Dance cassette combiner. So last year I got their Squawk Talk Squawk Box. Yeah, I got that set last year and I really liked it, so I was looking forward to them doing more of these, and I've only had a little time to mess with this, but so far I think it holds up to what they did last year with that other set. Since these just turned from cassette sized boxes into vehicles, there's not as much I don't know how I want to say this, like they don't have to do as much as that first set did for their individual modes. So when you figure out how to actually get them transformed correctly, they are very solid as those vehicles. And even the tank has like very minimal H tank problem because there's like little folding panels that help hold everything together and fill in some of that gap. It's actually really nicely designed. And the combined robot mode, if anything, is actually a little bit more solid than last year's attempt. It all clips together really smoothly and really firmly. And when it's together, like you kind of can't tell that it's two things put together. It's a really solid and successful combiner. The posability is very similar to I don't even remember what they called their Squawk Box one last year, but the posability is very similar to that. This has, I think, a little bit better storage for the surplus weapons from the individual figures. And just overall, like I think they've polished this concept a little bit since last time. And there was like a dinosaur combiner cassettes in G1, like Japanese G1, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Or was that just
Yeah.
regular G1? Either way,
Japanese G1, regular
Japanese
G1,
G1, yeah.
regular G1, the dinosaur cassettes, Slug and Overkill didn't
okay.
combine.
I'm hoping Dr. Wu will do this again with those dinosaur cassettes.
Slugfest. Did I say Slug?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's a different
Yeah.
dinosaur.
That's a different
robot.
dinosaur, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, as good as this turned out, I still want to see them do more of these. And you know, there's still some new ground to plumb on this. I'm not so taken with this that I have no intention of going back and ordering the alternate colorways of this, like some of our Discord members have after getting their sets. But like, this is really good. I'm glad this came out. I'm glad I have it. I haven't tried to fit these into Blaster yet, but since the Decepticon ones fit into Soundwave pretty well, I'm assuming it's going to be the same thing. But yeah, I think that covers what I got this week.
Rob?
I only got a couple of things. I got them both today. Thank you to Josh Wheeljack64 for getting me the Mandalorian Super Commando from the Star Wars Vintage Collection off of my Amazon wish list at tfradio.net/playlist. And Spidey Wing, old friend of Chris's and mine, got me Reva from Obi-Wan Kenobi, and I'll have to actually watch that show at this point, but I will have to do the Disney Plus thing one day. But that is everything I got, and I got it today. So, thank you guys. I really do appreciate it.
Cool. My Victory Saber came. I haven't taken it out of the box. I did do a quick scan for like obvious QC issues, and I didn't see anything.
Oh, that's good.
But I don't know if there's any like something hidden. I have no idea. I don't know when I'm gonna get to it. I just now has started the process. I was planning on doing it this weekend because I cleared space for it, but I didn't get around to like really digging into it. I just now started transforming Unicron. And I didn't realize it kind of feels really personal. It's like parts of it are like, it's a little too feel uncomfortable doing it. I don't know. Just like
That's common from what I understand.
Well, I think it's more like I feel like I need an MD in certain disciplines to do it more than anything. Or like I need to like look away as I transform him. It's I just modesty is just, I don't know. But
well, if you break it, Diecast has a spare.
Yeah.
So but yeah. So I eventually I'll get the Victory Saber. And I'm really working on cutting back. I mentioned that. I canceled a bunch of pre-orders. Something that I planned on getting that I forgot that I didn't pre-order. I just ordered it last week. I think it's the last one that I needed, but it's for the line. But Shattered Glass Soundwave. And surprisingly, I think it's my favorite figure from the line, potentially. I mean, considering it's a plain white Soundwave. Something about it I really like. Like the QC on it's excellent. I don't remember opening. I think I opened the Netflix Soundwave that I've got, but it's just really nice, actually. And I always thought that it's such a preposterous figure. I do wish the headband was like soft goods.
At least you don't have to buy it separately.
Yeah, but I didn't have to buy it separately.
Oh, BotCon 2012.
Yeah, but like I really like it. It'll be J Balvintron here in a couple of years. I'm certain. But other than that, I like it. And that's what I got this week. Let's jump to our Patreon at patreon.com/tfradio. We did post the newest episode of History on the Fives this past week for Christmas. And that should hopefully actually be in our podcast feed, main podcast feed by the time you hear this. So if you haven't downloaded it yet, please do. I haven't posted it as of recording time, but I need to get around to that tomorrow. I'm going to catch up on some prior episodes, but they did a time jump to Christmas. So I'm like, yeah, sure. Let's go ahead and just catch up now, and we'll do a catch up on the prior episodes. So, but if you are a patron at the touch tier, you get mentioned on RSC each week as a thank you, but you get to be on History on the Fives. And generally speaking, as a patron, we have our pre-show podcast each week. You have ad-free versions of the show. When we have edits on the show, like I'm going to have this week, you get the unedited version as well. So the patrons at tfradio.net/Patreon or patreon.com/tfradio are going to get two versions of the show this week, an unedited version and an edited version. So it's worth joining, patreon.com/tfradio. And we have to pay taxes on it this year. So the list of patrons at the touch tier can be found at tfradio.net/credits.
We don't have to pay taxes.
Yeah, you got to pay taxes on it.
You don't have to.
Yeah, I can't say that I have $60 million in losses and pay no taxes. Kevin Dorsey, Tyrell Gwynn, Sean Williamson, Sean Hamilton. See, that's an edit. That's going to get taken out of the show. Sean Hamilton, Sean Bratton, Rick Mahurin, Rabbits, Ness, Spider Bob, Joey Russell, Jay Klein Rye, Jacob Owen Lucia, Hector Bones, Eric Griffin, Emmett Stresovich, Blake Reynolds, AJ, Cobra Island, and Ryan Bona. Thank you all so much. You rock. We really appreciate you. You are awesome.
I think Jacob said a couple weeks ago you don't have to keep trying to pronounce his last name.
Okay, well, I don't know what else to say.
Jacob.
Oh, well, I mean.
He's like IU Jacob in the Discord as his display name, Or just keep doing what you're doing. Like, I told him when he said that, but it's a challenge, and we've gotten so much practice in over the last 2 years.
Yeah, we really appreciate you. You're awesome. Yeah. So, but we don't mention it. We mention our Discord all the time, but the Discord is actually a Patreon bonus. We actually rolled it out because of our Patreon, and I think it's one of the most successful things that's come out of our Patreon. And Chris is in it all the time. I'm in it. I'm in it more than I used to be, but last couple of weeks things have been hectic, and I've not been in it like I'd like to be. But as I deleverage other social media platforms, I'm in it more. So I think it's a great place to be. Yeah. So if you want to be in our Patreon and hang out with us, and there's a lot of cool people there and a lot of people you might have heard of, you can go to tfradio.net/Discord. And if people that we mentioned on the show, other patrons, people who produce other Transformers content, friends of the show, stuff like that, you'll see all sorts of people. So all of that at tfradio.net/Discord. Let's see here. If you want to find me, you can find me at briankilby.com. Basically everything that I'm going to do worth sharing or talking about will be there. I'm not going to mention anything else. Just posted this past week greatest hits version of all my Christmas songs over the last 7 years, 7 albums. So called The Greatest So Far. It's a compendium of some of my favorite tracks. And some of the tracks sort of carry over from year to year. So all of those are now in one nice, easy to digest album. So that's at briankilby.com. And that's pretty much it. Diecast, how do people get a hold of you?
They can get a hold of me on Twitter at Diecast2. You can like my Facebook page at Reviews by Diecast, and you can see my reviews on tfradio.net/reviews or youtube.com/RC reviews.
Yep. Sweet. Don.
I can be reached on Twitter at HMRC, the number 4 EVR.
Yeah. I thought, oh my God, he's going to talk about the carnival list, but you're married now, so
Yeah. I caught myself. That's why the awkward pause.
Actually, Don, is your wedding registry still up? Can we get you like black hole toys?
No, the registry had to be closed out, I think, within XYZ days of whatever it was.
Okay, well, good to know.
Does Don's statue have a Twitter account?
It should. Why did I cost so much
Sean
money?
hears this episode, it will.
Yeah. I don't have time to run it, but somebody should do that. Chris.
So you can find me in our Discord, which Brian plugged very thoroughly just a few minutes ago. You can find the photography work I've done at playwithphotography.com. If you want to throw some support my way for the things I do, I'm on Patreon at patreon.com/playwithphotos. And if you still want to just do a random nice thing for me, either, for holiday purposes or general purposes, or, my birthday's coming up in less than a month. I have an Amazon wish list at tfradio.net/chrislist, which helps to keep the show going with the referral fees.
Birthday?
Yeah.
Yep. Rob.
I'm on Twitter at Rob Flails, which is the Twitter account for my YouTube channel, Flail Throughs. Mostly it's still Gundam stuff at the moment. Gundam Battle Operation 2, that updates every week. Been some pretty decent stuff this last couple of weeks, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be some more good stuff before before December is out. But if you like what I'm doing over there, check out patreon.com/flailthroughs, where you can request specific mobile suits in GBO2, and I will do rounds with them as I can. And if you'd otherwise like to send me things, there is tfradio.net/playlist.
Cool. Well, I guess that's it. We'll see y'all next week. Hope y'all have a Merry Christmas and a happy day.
Happy day.
Recording stopped.
Sweet.
How was my audio?
It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, sweet. Okay. People watching live, I'm going to go ahead and kill the stream. So we will see you all next week. Goodbye, YouTube.
Goodbye.